Live.
All right,
All right.
we're live, guys. How's it going?
Guys, how's it going?
Just want to make sure
Want to
everyone's
make
here.
sure
I know
everyone's
there's people showing up late.
showing up late.
I keep hearing
I
myself
keep
running
hearing
this
myself
and
running.
stuff. I know some people are going to be showing up late. Carlson's having a little trouble jumping on here with us. See if he can get in here. But just to make sure everyone's here, if everyone can go into the group here and let us know you're all here. I see Finn. How's it going, Finn? Angela, Tyler, Kyle, Eleanor. How's it going, guys? Everyone else who's here, go into the group there and just post in there and let us know you're there. Webpage. Yeah, Carlson's having trouble getting into here for some reason. Maybe it's a different. Brian? Can you see the link at the top, like how you would normally send it to a presenter? I'm sending it over to him, but I don't know if it's just my link's not working. If you can send the same thing, that's. I know Carlson's here. He's just trying to jump on with us. Okay. Okay, he's fixing the link, so I'm sure he'll jump on here quickly. Awesome. All right, guys. So it's been an exciting week here. We got a lot of cool stuff coming through, and I know a lot of you guys are already in the beta group already. And so we do have a call for the beta group at 6 today, 6 p.m. PST, so in an hour. So I am going to be cutting this a little bit short because I'm going to have to jump in with Cam and Kayla there for a bit. But I just wanted to go over a couple things. For those of you that aren't in the beta group and that are going through, and a lot of you guys went out and started buying traffic, going through things, and Brian brought to my attention as well, going through about writing emails, doing follow-ups, and doing things like that. And this is one of the really crucial parts that you guys are going to really want to take this part really seriously, because we can be driving all the traffic in the world, but if you're not writing your email follow-ups every day or writing out broadcasts every day, you're really, like, that's where a big percentage of the people that are going to come through, and a big way to build the relationship with your list is going to be through going through and doing that. Now, Kayla did a really great training about this in the one of our AWOL webinars. I did post it in our group. I believe it was called Email Mastery AWOL Power Players. It is posted in the group there on January 17th. For those of you guys that haven't checked that out, definitely go through that, because Kayla goes through a lot of really good things there about times to send your emails. Like when you're sending out a broadcast, you want your email to go out around 7 to 8 a.m. That's the busiest time for people to see stuff. And you can set through travel time. Kayla kind of walks you through all that stuff and walks you through kind of how he's setting up his emails, right? And really your only goal when you're writing follow-ups, when you're writing broadcasts, really anything, your whole goal is just building that relationship with people and allowing them to kind of relate to you. A lot of you guys were kind of wondering, because you see Kayla write something, or you see me write something, or maybe Brian, and we're all speaking about the results that we've had. And a lot of you guys are going, well, I don't have those results yet. Like, what am I supposed to do when I haven't achieved those results yet? And you do exactly what all of us did in the beginning when we first started, right? We didn't have results when we started either. But what we did is we used a result of someone else. We leveraged someone else's result. For me, my sponsor in my previous company was Dakota, and I would leverage him and the results that he got, or the results that Cam got, and I would leverage those and show people what they did, right? And then as leverage, people just want to see it works. People just want to see that stuff's working for real people, and they're going to associate their results with you regardless to whether they're yours or not, right? So when you're going through, we have all those testimonials. You could literally, each one of those testimonials in our Power Players group could be another follow-up sequence, right? You could easily go out and do that, because we got some great stories in there. I mean, Brian, $10,000 in 45 days. Jenny Jordan did like 20,000 in 3 weeks. Nate Smith did 10,000. We have a lot of people even in our group. Jean Horn, who's probably here right now, she did a really good testimonial there. There's a lot in there, and they're all really good stories. So if you just take something like that, listen to it, listen to their story a little bit, and then write that out in an email. You can be like, hey, what's going on, guys? Brian Williams here, or Matthew here, whoever's writing the email.
I got all those in a file, man. Just to let you know. If you guys want those testimonials, I got them all in a file for you.
Yeah, perfect, perfect. Brian's got them all in a file. He's got all those, and they're really, really. It's people just want to see more results, right? When they're going out, and so then even when you don't have results to share, you can start using other people's results and sharing those and leveraging those results. You know what I mean? You can be like, hey, look at this. Jenny Jordan signed up with our team. She went on to earning $20,000 in her first 3 weeks. But you know what? Don't take it from me. Check out this video and see for yourself. You know, and you can be showing stuff like that, showing results, different things. Some people will make sure that you double check. There we go. We got Carlson.
Sorry guys. I had to use my phone, man. Something's going on.
Awesome. Well, glad you can make it on, buddy.
All right. Catch up.
Awesome. We're just going into follow-ups, a little bit about follow-up sequences. Just went over a little bit about if they didn't, to go through the email mastery webinar that Kayla did with GetResponse, and just going into like a lot of people that don't have results like you, or results like Brian, or results like myself, to be able to leverage the other people's results too. Leverage other people, and the thing is too, what you can start to leverage is, sorry, I just gotta wipe that there. Even when you're just starting, this is where it actually works out really good, is because when you're running traffic and when you start getting these leads in, you actually do have results, because most people that are coming online, they've never generated leads before, right? They've only been taught to chase their family and friends, do house parties, have three-way calls, get people over to their house, lock the door, and don't let them leave till they buy something. You know what I mean? So it's there when you're able to show them a way where they can come in, and you can even say that you're just starting. You'd be like, you know what? I've never done advertising before. I've never really done any kind of marketing campaigns at all. But I kind of plugged in. We had a funnel that was all perfectly done for me, and I just bought traffic, and I actually generated 10 leads today, or 20 leads today, or however many leads you did. I got this many leads, which resulted in 5 applications of people that wanted to work directly with me. And I'm blown away, because I've never done anything like this before. If you want to see what's going on and want to see how I'm doing this, shoot me a message on Facebook and let's connect and see if you're a right fit to work together, or something like that. Like, it's always positioning it in a way where you're wanting to either, you know, send them to an application form. So if you are, you can use a testimonial first and send them to an application. You can use a testimonial first and then send them to add you on Facebook. Right, you're wanting to get people to add you on Facebook, filling out the applications, or just sharing value with people. Right, you can just go out and maybe you learned something cool about how to generate leads today, and you just shared some value with people, showing them what they need to do in order to generate leads on a daily basis. And you just wrote like a value-based post, sending that out to them. Right, a lot of people, when they're first coming in and they kind of undervalue the value that they have, they kind of undervalue it and don't even realize that most people don't have a lot of the knowledge that we do have, right? Especially when you're coming in and you're learning from people like Cameron, like Kayla, like Brian, like Eric. A lot of this stuff isn't taught outside of what we're doing, whether it's mindset stuff, whether it's SEO, whether it's running paid traffic, whether it's converting leads, whatever it is that you're learning as you're going through and as you're learning. And this can be something very simple as reading a book, a personal development book, and taking something that you learned and then writing an email and sending that out to your list, just sharing something like that. Right? And you can always lead people into going to your application and stuff like that too. But it's nice to do where you do like maybe one promotional post a day where you're leading to the application with a PS note in the bottom having them add you to Facebook, and then maybe you do a one value-based post a day where it's just like maybe you read a chapter in a book, and to hold yourself accountable, you're going to read a chapter in a book and you're going to write one email kind of sharing some value of that just to the list, just to kind of build up some rapport with them and help them. Maybe ask them some questions, see what they want to learn. Another thing too, like to keep them engaged, is like asking people questions. Like, what do they want to learn? That's another thing we're going to be getting into for those of you that are in the beta group. There's going to be a lot of stuff leading into there, where kind of like a survey funnel approach. And these are things that we're going to be able to do in our emails as well, where it's like, hey, what do you want to learn? Do you want to learn how to drive traffic? Do you want to learn how to convert leads? Do you want to, what do you want to learn? You know what I mean? And find out what they're wanting to figure out, and then you can tailor something out to them. Maybe you get a number of responses of people like, I don't know how to generate any leads. Right? And you're like, hey, well, I got 10 responses from people that are saying this. It's like, cool, well, I'm going to write out a post and show people how they can do that. Or maybe I'll shoot a little video. Just be like, literally, how you can generate leads. You can just lead into getting a sales funnel in process, and you could lead into how it's kind of difficult when you haven't created a sales funnel before, and you need this, and this, or when you lock arms with us, we have it all done for you. You see what I mean? So you can show them like things like that, and it's like literally all I've done, because I don't know how to build a sales funnel. I just had one that was already built for me, and I just clicked a button that wanted traffic, and that's how I'm generating leads on a daily basis. It's actually really easy when you decide to now lock arms with us, and I can show you exactly how to do it, right? So you can kind of do a survey approach too, where you're asking people what they want to learn, and really just kind of finding out about them. I think we're going to be doing moving forward too with AWOL is we're going to be doing our own. You guys know kind of how we're doing, like with WooCar, they have the promotional hangouts where we're able to send people to those. We're going to be doing those our own for AWOL, right? And it's going to be all congruent with our AWOL message, and that's another thing I wanted to kind of touch on too, is that we're going to get into the point where we're keeping everything just super congruent with what we're doing with AWOL. Like everything, basically, like our Thursday webinars that we're going to be doing there, that's basically what we're going to be doing here. I just want to have a separate little mastermind where we can go over some extra little strategies. I can add you some tips and stuff that we're doing, but our game plan is following everything that we're doing with AWOL moving forward. We don't want to get distracted with HBL, with WooCar, with anything like that, because we have no control over what they're doing, and really they're not going to be able to compete with anything that we're rolling out as we get moving forward with our own system and products that are going to be put in place. So I really wanted to, for those of you that are here with us right now, I'm just going to check in the chat for emails. Like, do you guys have any questions about like how to write your emails, or maybe a specific way to be writing them? Any questions about writing your emails? Put a comment or post your question in the group here, because that was one of the big things, and that's definitely like one of the biggest things when we're driving traffic, is you want to make sure that you're always keep following up with your list every single day. So also there's Susan here and Jean. How's it going, guys? If any of you guys are here and you guys want to know, like, you have any questions about writing your emails, writing follow-ups, writing broadcasts, post your question in there. I don't know if I'm loading slow here. Has anyone posted anything?
Let's see. I'm checking now.
Okay. Because our main thing, especially when we're going through and we're driving traffic, hey, you guys want to be writing follow-ups, right? Have your follow-ups. Kiala's got some written out, and then you can also be writing some on the end. But you also want to be broadcasting your list every single day. Okay, this is going to be a crucial thing. And whether it's, like we're saying, whether you're sending a testimonial to people, whether maybe you read a personal development book and you learned something in there that you think is very valuable and you wanted to share that with them. Cool, you can do that. Maybe you're just trying to get people to add you on Facebook. Shoot out a broadcast. Be like, are we friends on Facebook yet? Shoot me a message on Facebook. Let me know how I can help you reach your goals as fast as possible. Something like that, short and sweet. Add you on Facebook. You can carry the conversation from there, right? But it's going to be very, very crucial that we're going through and broadcasting your list every single day, especially when you're paying for traffic. And when you're getting these applications, I know Carlson came on the other day, and the results that he gets when he calls people within the first 24 hours, and they're like, "Holy crap! I just filled out this information. You're calling me already?" You're like, "Holy!" It blows them away because they're not used to this, right? When you call and follow up with them within the first 24 to 48 hours, it catches them off guard. They're like, "This guy is the real deal." You know what I mean? So when you really go out and do that, that's when they're the hottest leads. In the first 24 hours is the hottest, but if need be, if something comes up, 48 hours. But when you start waiting 3, 4, 5 days follow up with applications, that's where it gets. They get less and less hot as they wait longer and longer, and it gets to a week, and they're like, "I don't even remember what I did. I don't remember filling out a form." You know what I mean? And you'll get on the phone with them. They have no idea who you are. So it's really, really crucial when we're going and buying traffic that we are. What is that? What was that you just posted there, Eric? Or Brian?
Yeah, I just wanted to. I don't know why I'm getting so much feedback. Sorry. But there's a spam checker that I've been using. You can actually type in your headline, and see how prone it is to actually inboxing. So you can kind of change things like that. Kind of check your headline. Pretty cool tool.
Okay, perfect. Okay, so I'm seeing Gene here. Okay, so I need help with follow-up broadcast. Okay, so definitely what I would highly suggest before is even if you have seen it already, is to go over what Kayla went over, and in the group below you'll see the email mastery AWOL Power Players webinar, and Kayla goes into some really good things about follow-ups there. Make sure you get a really good understanding. If you've watched it once or twice already, maybe watch it again. Really go over how he's going out and doing this. Are you saying to just interject something in the middle of the email sequence? Follow-up sequences, like you guys already have, I believe, 7 that are pre-written. So you kind of just want to take, if you're wanting to add follow-ups, you can just add them on to the end, right? But for broadcasts are different. Those aren't going to be set into the follow-up sequence. Those are going to be a message that are going to be going out, and like you're going to have the follow-ups that go out, and then you're going to have sending out broadcasts on a daily basis. Broadcasts you're going to have to physically go in and write daily, or what you can do is you can write one. Say, for example, what I do is like tonight, I'll write on an email, I'll schedule it for tomorrow at 6 a.m. or 7 a.m. or 8 a.m., and then at that time it'll broadcast out. But I could write out emails for my whole week and broadcast them out there. So like we're saying, Gene, like what you're wanting to do, your goal obviously is to get more applications filled. Second goal would be at getting people to add you on Facebook to carry on conversations from there. But getting people to go to the application form, you're basically wanting to, for those of you that don't have results, I mean, Gene, you do have some results for yourself, so you can start sharing those. And just sharing kind of anything and the value of what you can provide to them. Like, people don't really care. Like, the only reason they care about seeing your results is because then it makes it believable for them. Then they kind of see that it's real, right? So it's just like, yeah, you can show them the results, but it's not like to boast. It's like, yeah, I've done this, this, and this, and I can show you exactly how I'm doing it. I can show you exactly how I'm driving traffic, exactly how I'm generating leads, and how I'm converting those leads to sale. But the first thing you're going to need to do is just click the button below and fill out the application, and once you do that, I'll be able to lay out everything for you, and I'll map out a game plan showing you exactly how to get from where you are now to where you want to be as fast as physically possible. Broadcast is still going to be in your get response, but yeah, it's kind of like a post plan on Facebook. You could plan it to go out the next day, but it's going to be under messages, like under sending out broadcasts and get response. Kayla does go through that in the webinar that's listed below, email mastery. So
you're just going to create a newsletter, guys, and you can send it out later on. Whoever we call it broadcast, newsletter.
Perfect. Yeah. So you're going and do that, and just like you said, yeah, it's like a post plan on Facebook. But you want to make sure, like, say if you don't have time, right? You don't have time in the week, and tonight's the only time that you're going to have, then I'll touch on that question in a sec, Susan. But what you want to do is say you don't have time, you only have one night a week or a couple nights a week where you have some time to write emails. Well, schedule them all out for the entire week. Get your newsletter out and schedule it out for 7 a.m. Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and write those out so that basically you can just kind of do it once a week. You write your emails and they're done. And then you don't have to go through it. Join now option right through the funnels. It's when you're going into like high ticket sales and when you're going to be selling, a $600 or a $2,500 product, your conversions, you're not going to be able to sell straight through a funnel. That's always going to require some form of human touch, unless you're, ridiculous like Eric Carlson and people just buy. But for 99% of people, it's not going to go through to that. What we are doing with AWOL, and for those of you that are in the beta group, you are going to see this, is we are going to be leading into a $99 funnel, right? Which is what you can do very easily on a high scale. Is you can sell a $99 product pretty easily, but most of the time, the people to sell a $600 or a $2,500 product, you need to be somewhat conditioned. They need to have some sort of human touch before they're going to be willing to invest that amount of money. So what we're going to be doing is it's going to be a new type of funnel that's going to lead into a $99, just the business side. And then what we're going to do is we've crafted out an upsell process that we've been testing that's going to take those people from the $99 and upsell them to either a TM or a PPA from there. So that is what we're going to be leading into, is going through to a $99 sell funnel. For those of you that are in the beta group, you guys will already know about that. You guys are going to see a lot of that going on. For those of you that aren't, you'll see after the beta's done, you'll see that rolled out towards the team for us to be able to use. And that's kind of like how the team funnel's set up now. It'll be kind of, we'll have another one in there that'll be straight to a $99 sell. Also, what we're going to be doing too, right, like I was saying, is we're going to be doing those promotional hangouts on a weekly basis, kind of like WooCar. So now we can get to the point where we're probably going to, I'm sure KL is going to have swipe files for those, and we're going to be able to go through and say Wednesday or whatever day we decide to do those hangouts on, that can be stuff that you broadcast out to your list too. Hey, join us live on Wednesday. We're all going to be jumping on here. You know what I mean? Just like the WooCar live one. So we're going to be having that, and that's going to sell the $99 as well, and then bring them through to an upsell. Ray, I don't know if you guys all know Ray and KL's team, has been testing this process, doing for a $99 sale, and then going into an upsell, and he's having some pretty good results once they're in at 99 to going through and doing an upsell process, which we are fine-tuning and tweaking still right now. But that seems to be like a pretty good route to go. And then we're also going to have the application process and deeper application funnel built into there as well. But for now, for those of you that guys just have the team funnel, the thing that we need to do is that having like a buy and then an upsell process like we're putting in place, or even the application and stuff like that, none of this stuff is going to really work unless you guys keep consistent and following through with what we're laying out. When you need to be broadcasting your list every single day, you need to be going through and calling those applications as soon as they come in. You know, when they come in at a $99 sell, you're going to be taking them, and within the first 24 hours, no matter what, you're sending them through an upsell process, right, and walking them through that. So we need to kind of get in the habit of writing those broadcasts out and sending them out every day, following up with our applications, you know, just making sure that we're working the data that we're bringing in, right? Yeah, we're getting 200 people that are coming to our site, and 30% of those are converting to leads. Now we need to work those leads, right? Get as many applications as we possibly can, get as many of them to add us to Facebook, get into the habit of carrying those conversations and keeping these habits going, because as we start going more and more and more, as you start to develop these skills, you're going to get better at writing emails. You're going to get better at maybe shooting videos for your emails that you're going to send out. That's another thing, too, that you guys can be doing. Your follow-up sequences do not always have to be text, right? You can be shooting a video and sharing what you were going to say in text form, right? And then your call to action can be below your video, right? So you could say your entire what you were going to write in your email follow-up can be a video that you shoot, and then below your YouTube video can have a link to go to the application, and it can be a call to action there, right? And that, we all know that video compared to just written word is going to be a way better way to build that relationship, and it's going to be a lot easier for people to kind of build that rapport with you to be able to go move towards making a buying decision, or to move towards filling out an application, or wherever you're trying to get them to go. So let's see, is there any other questions on maybe email follow-ups?
I want to touch on that again real quick. Excuse me. Guys, I really support that idea of, sorry, there's feedback on that. Is there feedback on your end? Do I sound okay?
Yeah, you sound fine.
Okay. Is that personal touch, guys, and communicating with your list. You know, it's okay to send an email, and obviously that's what we're working on, but if you can pop in a video every now and then and really show who you are, your personality, why you're involved in this, and show your passion and energy, that adds, I'm telling you, it's changed a lot of things for me personally. And the more you can communicate with them as, you know, you're a real person, and you're on the other end, and you might not have all the answers yet. You might not have all the your results yet, but you're learning something, you're moving forward, and guys, they can relate to that. You don't have to be the expert on the end of the line. You can get access to them and pass those people on, you know, but remember, guys, put that personal touch in there. Communicate with people. Make videos. Put those videos on YouTube. What are you going through? What are your struggles? What are you learning right here? And pass that information on to your list. And let those people know that you're a real person. Hey, guess what I just learned today? I just got 70 leads come through my funnel. I've never done this before. It's like, you know, before I used to go to Walmart and try to bug 10 people to get somebody to like join my business. But look, today on autopilot, I was doing something else, and I got 70 people that are interested in my business. And so, yes, type that and put that in an email. But if you add video to this, I promise you, your results are going to change. We're like, wow, that guy's genuine. I can see it in his eyes. I can hear it in his voice. I can hear his excitement, his enthusiasm. And I think I can do that, you know. And as you're getting better at that, your audience, your list, remember the money's in that list. As you're doing that, they're going to see you grow. They're going to see your confidence grow. They're going to see you learning more and also producing more, and those results are going to start to speak for themselves. And until that point, in the middle part, emulate what's going on around you. Brian, Jane, Kayale, Ray's crushing it right now. Whoever you are, just these are your people you're connected with. These are you're working with, and just convey that through a media where people can see you, because it really helps, guys. It really does. And if you're honest, if you think about it for a second, you know, that's what you're drawn to is to communicate with another human being, right? Email's an email, but if you can hear their voice and then they see, and one last thing about this, they see you in that video, they hear you, right? They're like, wow, I saw your video yesterday, and I was really, I was inspired how you got like 77 leads come in, and now I'm on the phone with you today, and I can hear your voice, and it relates back to the video that they're seeing. Now they got you on the phone, and it's kind of like Stardom. They see you on a video, they kind of associate you as an expert or out there, put yourself out there, guys, and then they get on the phone with you, and then they're like, wow, I can hear your voice, and that's the guy I was just talking to, or girl I was talking to, okay? So add that personal touch, guys. Make some videos, yeah, that's what I'm going to say about that. So I just want to add it in there. Thanks, Jane.
That's you're so right on stuff like that, and it's just like, it's a very, very easy way to build that relationship. And the thing is, like, especially when you don't know what you're doing when you're first starting, like Eric's saying, like, people are gonna see you in the beginning when you're like, hi, this is my first video and I don't know what I'm doing. It is gonna be hard, right? But I shouldn't say that, it's bad information. It's gonna be something that you've never done before, right? It's gonna be a little bit challenging for you to figure out how to do it, but as you go, you're going to get better and better and better, and as you start building that relationship, like Eric's saying, they're going to see where you were and see how your videos were in the beginning and see that you keep getting better and better, and they're going to watch your progress the whole time and be like, oh my god, why didn't I jump in before? But now they're going to kind of see that it's real. And a big thing is kind of just like sharing your guys' story. Okay, why did you guys get involved? Like, this is honestly like a big thing in doing sales is storytelling. Right? People want to relate to you on a bigger level, and writing and shooting a video like that is a very, very easy way. And it's like whenever you're writing an email, whenever you're shooting a video, whenever you're doing whatever, you always want to somewhat integrate your story into there to convey that message. Like for myself, like I'll go out and I'll talk sometimes about, how I used to work at a butcher shop. I was working at a butcher shop making $10 an hour. I didn't like the way my life was going. I knew that there had to be something better. I barely graduated high school. I dropped out of college my first year. My life wasn't going the way that I wanted it to, and I knew that I needed to make a change if I wanted my life to change. And I ended up coming across whatever. I'm sure you guys have come through. Some of you may have come through different businesses, and your story is going to be different. But I came through a business where I came through and I saw my current mentor, and he was doing all these things that I wanted to do. He was traveling the world. He was making 5 figures per month. He was able to kind of do whatever he wanted, whenever he wanted, with the people that he loved, and that was exactly what I wanted to do. And I didn't even think twice. I clicked the button below and I got signed up, right? And I would do that a lot, and especially when you're telling stories, you can kind of convey it to a point where you kind of know where they're at, and you can kind of bring that in, right? You know that they got an email, right? If they're opening your email, you know that they got an email, and if they're watching a video of yours, they click the button to get to a video. And you can kind of use that to your advantage, right? Say you did that. Say you shot a video for your list and you send it out in an email. Okay, and you go on, you go, hey, what's going on, guys? Jen here. And, I just wanted to kind of touch base and let you guys get to know me a little bit, because to be honest, now, if you have results, you can kind of start with that. You can be like, I've been able to go out and create 5 figures a month online. But, it wasn't always like that for me. I was working at a butcher shop. I didn't really like the way my life was going, and blah, 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 as you're going through, but what happened to me was, I was at my computer, and I ended up clicking open my email, and I saw an email from a person, and this was someone that I could tell was just genuine. This is someone that had results that I wanted to achieve. This is someone that I knew that I wanted to work with. Right? And so I'm not directly saying that to them, but what they're doing is they're associating whatever I'm saying with myself, because they're like, hey, I just opened an email. I just clicked on a link and got to a video. And you're like, it's kind of like you're putting thoughts in their head almost, because you know that they're going and doing that. I opened my email, I clicked the link, and it brought me to a video just like this. And I just wanted to see that this was a real person. And once I saw that, I knew that this was someone that I could trust. I knew that this was someone that had the results that I wanted to achieve, and they had a vehicle that was going to be able to show me how to get there, right? And what they're going to do is they're going to go, wait, oh, I can trust this person. This is someone I want to work with. This is everything that you associate to that person when you're telling that story. They're going to associate the person that's reading your email and watching your video. They're going to associate with you, right? So the big thing on that, get some practice with this, but get used to telling your story a bit. And even if you don't have a lot of results, right? Because you could be vague and ambiguous at the end. But getting used to telling your story, like maybe you're working at a job that you don't really like. Maybe you didn't do so well in school or whatever. You want to kind of talk it down and really talk about the struggle. Show the struggle that you had, right? Whether it's you were working at a job and you're living paycheck to paycheck and you knew that you wanted more to your life, but you just had no way to do it. But then you found a vehicle, you found the perfect solution to all of your problems, and you didn't even think twice. You just clicked the link below, you filled out the application, and here you are now. You know what I mean? And it's like you're putting that into a way where you just want to get them to relate to you. Whether a lot of people don't like to talk about stuff like this, they don't like to talk about the struggles that they have. They don't like to talk about anything negative that happened into their life or anything that bad that happened before. But the thing is like that's what people get to relate to, right? If I just come on here and I just say, hey, I'm making 5 figures a month, I'm generating at will whenever I want to, I can generate 200 leads a day, I can do this, I can do that. They're like, yeah, cool, but you've probably been doing this forever, and just because you can do it doesn't mean I can, right? But if I come on and I relate to them and I'm just like, you know what? It wasn't always like this for me. I struggled for years. I hated my life. I was working a job that sucked. I was living paycheck to paycheck. I was making Mr. Noodles for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. But you know what? All I had was I just had this one little voice in my head that told me that there was more. I had this one little voice in my head that knew that there was a way to go out and create a better lifestyle. There was a way for me to go out and live my dreams. And I knew that I wasn't wanting to stay in this lifestyle that I had created for the rest of my life. And so I clicked the button below, I filled out the application, and it actually ended up bringing me to where I am today. Just like as you're coming through, and just as you opened up your email, and you clicked the link, and it brought you just to the exact same video like you're on right now. That's exactly what happened to me. You know what I mean? And I'll use that a lot when I'm shooting out sales funnels and emails especially. But using as much to your advantage as possible, whatever you know that you can kind of use. When you know that, okay, when I send an email follow-up, I know that they clicked an email, they opened up a page, and they're either reading it or they clicked a button to go to a video, right? So when you can kind of use that, and you can kind of tell a story about how you did that, right? How you once did that, and that's kind of how it brought you here, or however you want to position it. You know what I mean? But talk about your struggles, talk about your story, and no matter how, you know, some people get embarrassed or they don't really like talking about their story and they don't like to do that, but that's what allows people to get to relate to you, right? And so it's talking about you going through your struggle and then how you progressed and moved forward, and then kind of it led you into where you are now, it led you into having this amazing opportunity that now you're able to come in and take advantage of, right? And so even when you don't have the results to be able to go out and share and say you're making such and such amount of dollars, you can still talk about your struggle. You can still talk about where you were before and why you decided to go through and follow through and end up taking advantage of this opportunity, and show them how they can do it themselves and how they can do it too. And Eric had a great point there in shooting videos. I mean, honestly, if you guys could do it, I would suggest shooting a video for every single email you send out, if you could, right? It is a lot more work, definitely. But even if you just grab your phone, you do a selfie video for 2 minutes, just saying, hey, what's up, how's it going, I'm going out to the beach today, or anything. Just build that relationship with them. You know what, I learned something today when I was reading this book. You know what? Or you know what? I ended up generating 24 leads today, and I ended up getting a couple applications. And really, all I did was get a sales funnel that was pre-built for me and send some traffic to it. You know what I mean? Like whatever you're wanting to share throughout the day, shoot a little 2-minute video, post it on YouTube, put your link to the application below it, and have a call to action in the video. Just be like, you know, as you go through the story, and be like, you know, you want to see how you can cut below this and put the application to work directly with me once, and something like that. But definitely get used to shooting out some videos if you're comfortable with it. That's going to be a really good skill to have. Carlson's going to the beach right now, eh? Awesome. So, guys, for everyone else that's here right now, you guys kind of get what I'm saying. Does that make sense? Of you kind of relaying your story a bit, sharing your story so that people can kind of they can relate to you, and the difference between sharing a video, right, and just sharing an email. I was talking to Cal about this, and he says he would always do videos. He would do like 80% of his follow-ups before, when we were in our previous company, was with videos, and he's just going to start getting back into that now.
Plus, I think it gets you ready for the next level. You're going to be doing sales funnels your whole life. So it's kind of like practice. So it's on the job training. I didn't want to mention something about the pre-qualifying. Questions.
Yeah. What's going to happen here, guys? Actually, I'm going to have to jump off here. I didn't realize it's 5:36 here. I have to jump off, KL, and then we're going to be setting up some stuff for the beta group. But yeah, if you want to carry this on, and go, that's for sure.
I got here for like 5-10 more minutes and answer questions.
Yeah, I want to say really quick about the follow-up qualification, guys. Because I heard talking about they had a lot of people to call, or they were kind of rushing on the phone, and they didn't want to know if it was a good or bad thing. I think Bridie was saying that as well. It's okay to be in somewhat of a rush when you're on the phone pre-qualifying people, guys, because you don't want to waste your time either. You don't want to be on the phone with someone for 15, 20, 25 minutes, and this is not even the sales call, right? You're just trying to move them forward in a progression. And when you think about it, just what Jang was saying and Eric about the movies and everything, people are looking at you as the expert, and you might be saying to yourself, I don't really know a lot, and I just learned how to do a sales funnel or be a part of a community and start to send emails, but they probably don't even know how to change the signature to their Gmail account. These people, when they're coming at you, they don't have a skill set. They're looking to develop a skill set, but they really have zero skill set in online marketing, or making money online, or doing any formatting or any marketing at all. So to them, you are an expert. So regardless of your skill set, regardless of your skill level, you're going to know more than they do. So you kind of have to remember that when you're on the phone with people. They're really coming from ground zero. If they were already an experienced marketer, they would be coming in probably a different way, or they would be emailing you back, or they would probably be going a different route. But these people are probably really green, and they're just looking for an opportunity. So when they get on the phone with you, you are the expert. Whether you don't think you have a skill set high enough to be an expert yet or not, it's irrelevant, because you're going to know more than them. Also, you're trying to move them on in a progress to see if they're right for you and you're right for them. And you always want to be in the mindset you can't work with everybody. You don't want to work with everybody. You need to make sure that people know that up front in a very nice way, that, hey, we're in a little bit of a rush here. I've got about 10 applicants to call, but I really would love to get to know you, and I really would like to know your commitment level and what you think about our opportunity. If you posture it like that, they can go, oh, okay, well, I thought it was great, or I thought it was okay, and you can go, okay, great. Well, we're not going to be accepting everybody for this opportunity. So what would you say your commitment level is? What are you ready to get started right away, or do you have some questions, or do you need to think about some things, or things like that? It's okay to move that conversation along a little bit, very lightly, but you want to make sure that you let them know that, hey, you are a professional. You are checking on people's qualifications and how dedicated they are to looking for an opportunity. So I just want to put that out there. Don't be nervous. You are an expert according to them. You have many calls that day to get to, whether you do or not. You want to posture yourself that way. And you want them to tell you,
Frozen. Or am I frozen?
someone more than 10 minutes, because then it becomes the interview. Right, Eric?
Yeah, and you don't want to get lost in there. And if you guys haven't gone over the Jordan Belfort, course, guys, I can't praise that course enough. You really want to keep that conversation directed. And Brian's right, guys. You are the expert at that point, because you're the one that somehow got them onto your email list, and you're offer in front of them. Do you know how hard that is for most marketers to even do? You know, I mean, I could go back to the example of Walmart or walk around, you know, trying to get people to your business at Walmart or something. You guys are actually getting qualified people driving to your funnel. So you are in a position to, you know, you celebrate that success. Most people can't do that, I promise you. It took me years to learn how to do that. You know, you guys are doing it within a week of joining a business. That's pretty remarkable. So, you know, really, really hold on to that. And remember, like, again, what Brian said, this is something Jang and I thought about, talked about months ago, but you know, it's like the Lawrence Tams, the big guys in the internet marketing world are not looking at your videos and at your emails. You know what I mean? It's the people who are fresh, who are coming online, you know, who are you know, who are looking for a home-based business, who don't have any skill sets that you do. And so, you know, try to relax about that. And just remember, you're just like a tour guide. You're just like the other person on the other end of that phone or that email. And you're just a tour guide who are learning as you're going, and you have the right tool, team, mentors, and information to help them achieve what they want, you know. And just remember that. Just kind of take the stress out. You don't have to be everything to, you know, everybody that you're with, you know, and get to the point with them, you know. Put that sense of urgency. You know, it's great to talk to you. I'm glad I get in contact with you, but, you know, I have 10 applicants. I got to get through these. You know, what is your level of commitment, you know, and clarify that stuff, okay? I did an hour-and-a-half call with somebody yesterday, and that was pre-qualified, and at the end of the thing, I'm literally walking her through the sales process, and I go, okay, next button, hit the buy now button. And she's like, oh, I don't have the money. I'm like, what, what were we just talking about the whole time? You know what I mean? And so make sure you do that, guys. Make sure you guys you're qualifying and you're speaking to the right people, because that's all you really need. You don't need 10 people that are kind of interested. You need one person, 2 people who are interested. You know, keep your business moving. So
yeah, and think about this, guys. Really, really think about this, because if it's a TC, right, or I'm sorry, a TM, that's $50, right? Maybe it's a cycle as well. Maybe it's like, so it's like $90 tops, or 40. It's like $90 tops, right? If that person, like, you kind of have to almost like beg them, drag them across the line for that $90, and then they go inactive, and then you had to go waste 5 or 10 hours of your time that month to go try to teach them things that they never did anyway. It's worth it for me to let that $90 go and keep that 5 hours in my life and sanity to really work with quality people. So it's a pleasure to disqualify people as well. It really, really is. You have to do it nicely and respectable. But hey, you know what? If your commitment level is not that high, guess what? I have your email. I have your email, and I'm going to be reaching out, and I'm going to set on my calendar to follow up with you in 30 days. Would it be okay if we got on a phone call in 30 days from now? Or you can send them you can send people a personal message anytime you want in your email, guys, right? So you can literally kind of check them, like, okay, well, this so-and-so is this email, write a little note, and then see what their open rate is, you know? Go down the line in a couple of weeks, see how many emails of yours they open. If they open like half a dozen of your emails, they're looking. You know, they're still interested. So you might want to personalize a message straight out to them, right? There's lots of ways to work it, but don't waste your time. We know all of you guys have families and lives, and you deserve to work with good people. Not to say, like, you know, just brush people off, but yeah, ask them enough questions so you know where they stand, and let them know, hey, we're not accepting everybody, and we're not wiping people's butts. We have things ready to go. They will need to meet us halfway and do some work, but we have some guaranteed success for them should they choose to tap in that. And just one more point, like my other business opportunity, I have people that are making multiple 6 and even 7 figures that don't know how to put a signature in their email. Like they don't, like their Gmail account. They barely know how to check their email. They know how to do a great presentation and motivate a lot of people, but they're not technologically sound. You know, they don't know how to market like affiliate marketers. So, you know, network marketing is a huge scope, huge piece of the pie, right? Affiliate network marketing is just a small sliver. It really is. So, you know, you're learning a niche within a niche, and you might not think that you're an expert or whatever, but guys, you know 10 times more than the average marketer out there. And those are great people to have because they understand they're getting pitched, or you're going through a funnel. They've been in network marketing before, or they're just looking for an opportunity in general, but they have none of the skills that they know that if they were to actually absolutely perfect them, like we're all trying to do, right? Eventually our goal is to have like a 1 or 3 hour workday, right? Where we learn a skill and then we just come in, we punch in a couple of emails, we check on some tests that we're going to do, and then we shoot a quick video, and we're off to the beach, take the family out, whatever we want to do. That's our goal, right? We're going to have to work hard to just get those innate skill sets, right? But after that, it's like, boom, right? Set it and forget it. People want that. Everybody wants that. And virtually no one knows how to do that, So we're at least halfway up the Richter scale, to get those skills. So people are looking for you, and you have a niche skill set, or you're developing a niche skill set that most of the marketers in the world don't have. So just keep that in your back pocket.
Yeah, yeah, that's right, guys. You're learning a skill set that you can turn and point towards anything. And when I'm in conversation with people about this, I'm like, yeah, WooCar's amazing, Doobly's amazing. I mean, it's going to be awesome. You just wait. But what you're really going to learn inside of our group, and just it's very special to our group, guys. What you're going to learn inside there is really going to last you a lifetime. It's an education we're going to get for you guys. I mean, you guys think about it. Within a couple weeks, you guys were able to set up a funnel system, or at least learn the principles of it, use one, but you're understanding how that works. And then you're able to understand now how, wow, I can go out and buy directed traffic, and point it to that. So that's a huge skill set in itself. Doesn't matter. That's what Cam and all the guys worked it for years. Like, listen, you could take away everything tomorrow, and I could start making money, because they know just these specific skill sets. And learning to communicate with your audience in the email and do the videos and stuff like that is just one other component to it, guys. So be patient with yourself, and understand you're learning something. You have tremendous value to pass on. Tremendous value, tremendous value. So. Django.
Awesome. That was really good, guys. I just had to jump back in here quick, but that's awesome. That's really good, and it is just like Eric's saying. Just like Eric and Brian saying, the skill sets that you guys have. A lot of people don't even realize that, because we talk so easily about it, and we just think that everyone in our community knows this stuff, but everyone that's not in our community has no idea about anything like this, right? They have no idea about any of this stuff, and the thing is like, what we're doing right now is very, very basic, right? This is very, like, we have a funnel completely built for you, driving traffic, doing that. Those of you in the beta are going to go a little bit above that, get into stuff. But we're going to be coming out with Halo. We're going to have our own products that we're going to be able to lead with, where we're going to be able to lead with lower-end products that go in higher up and then go into Doobly. Like, there's going to be so many other pieces of the puzzle as we move forward. And so this is just kind of getting in the habit, getting used to writing your emails every day, following up with everyone, getting used to shooting videos, getting comfortable. Right? Because as we start implementing more and more and more, the more action you're taking now, the easier it's going to be, and it's just going to we're just going to be throwing a little bit more on top, so that you're going to keep growing as we move forward. And so getting out, sharing your story, getting out and sharing the value that you have. With everything that we have in here, we have a lot of stuff that most people don't have access to. We have a lot of training that people don't have access to. We have the strategies and skill sets and everything that we have in place here. Most people have no idea how to do any of this, right? They have no clue whatsoever. Like, so when we're going through, and it's just, when you're wanting to be someone that earns 10K per month or 20K per month or whatever your goal is, right? You want to kind of step into that role, right? Step into that role, start shooting some videos, start taking action and sharing your story, sharing that out with your list, right? Sharing some value that you have, right? When we're even generating leads, all of you guys that have ran traffic with us in the co-op, you know how to generate leads now. Right? You got a sales funnel that converts, and you've run some traffic to it. It's very, very simple, especially when you have one that's all completely done for you, and that's exactly what you can provide to people. You know what I mean? So it's very simple the way that we have everything laid out. And so it's just going to be going through, and yeah, you know what? The first few emails you guys write, they might suck. My first emails sucked so bad. My first video was awful. You know what I mean? But it's just be a little bit better every day. You're gotta have to start somewhere, right? You're not gonna become an expert at something until you keep doing it consistently over and over and over on a daily basis, right? So keep writing your emails consistently. Shoot some videos. Get comfortable with it. Where just get your camera out, get your phone out, shoot a 2-minute video, and send that out to your list. I can guarantee you the response that you're gonna get from a video is gonna be way higher than the response you're gonna get just from sending out an email. Right? And now they've built that, they kind of know you. They feel like they've already had a conversation with you. They already kind of know who you are before you even get on the phone with them, right? Or anything like that. Guys, is there anything else that you guys want to touch on? I just wanted to kind of jump in and chime in on that, but I'm gonna have to jump here.
I'm good.
Okay. Okay, so yeah, so just make sure, guys, everyone, Thursday night, 6 p.m., make sure that you're on the AWOL call. If you guys are in the beta group, you guys are in for a ride. We got the call here in 9 minutes for the beta, and then I'm pretty sure it's going to be one webinar after another for the next few days. So make sure you guys are in there if you guys are in the beta group already. And if not, we'll see you on Thursday, and we'll go from there, guys. All right, thanks for coming out, and we'll chat to you guys soon. Later.
Appreciate it.
Yeah.